Hello, my name is Amit Narayan, and I'm speaking today with Sidhartha Gautam, Principal and Head of Business Intelligence at Control Risk South Asia. So, Sidhartha, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, investors have never been more excited and enthusiastic about India. Record numbers in 2020, similar numbers in 2021. But we know that they're also worried about a few things. Can you talk to us about some of the things that they're speaking to your teams about?
Sure. Amit, if we stick to India's story, I would say bribery and corruption, political exposure, and ESG risk, largely issues related to labor and governance, are the top three vulnerable areas for any private investor to consider and include in their diligent scope of work at a pre-investment stage. Again, no surprises here. Saying that, by and large, each investment made is very well thought out as it goes through a rigorous diligence cycle. But even after that, we have seen investors backing out at the last minute due to heightened operational risks and potential exposure of the promoters and the company. As you are aware, Amit, that for any investors who's investing in India or making top dollar investment in South Asia, have a very low appetite for any sort of risks.
Very true, and we're seeing not just pre-investment, but also post-investment investigations trends emerging. Can you talk to us a little bit about that, Sidharth?
Yes, absolutely. That's actually a very interesting trend that we have noticed in the recent past, where we have advised various private investors on complex matters where we were tasked to investigate promoters in a post-deal situation. If I may give you one instance, 3 years after the acquisition was made in an unlisted company by a large group of investors, severe allegations of bribery and corruption with the government officials surfaced against the promoter and the company. And again, the private investors reacted to a whistleblower allegation made after the investment and some complaints that they heard in the corridors. Clearly, investors are not taking these allegations lightly and are taking them very seriously and asking investigators like us to come in and advise them and get to the bottom of it.
Changing gears a little bit, talk to me about sectors. There are some sectors that are old faithfuls, there are some new emerging ones. Which ones would you call out?
Sure. I think the story started with telecom, renewable, and all the tech-enabled startups like fintech, edtech, tech-enabled real estate companies, etc. But now I think there is a shift in the focus for private equity, especially we have seen a sector like infrastructure, specifically tolls, toll roads actually picking up the pace. I think in last 4 months, we would have advised at least on 4 large potential deals in the road assets in India. Very, very interesting trend to see how the trend and the focus and the shift in the investments is now shifting gradually to some new sectors like infrastructure.
Thank you, Sidharth. If I may summarize, due diligence is becoming more important than ever before, but equally investigations and ensuring that your money stays safe and that your liabilities remain minimal are very key considerations for investors, even as the Indian startup ecosystem and the Indian investment opportunity begins to mature in some directions and grow. Thank you very much, Sidharth, for your input and insights.
Thank you.